Welcome everyone to Neighborhood Coffee. We host a free coffee cupping event every Tuesday night at 7:30 at Neighborhood Cafe in Boca Raton, Florida. You can become a coffee connoisseur. Come and experience a hot trend called coffee cupping. Our grand event at Neighborhood Coffee features professionals from around the world, coffee experts, to give you an educational and fun social experience in the art of coffee cupping. Coffee cupping traditionally does have scientific protocol, but for our social networking event where friends, family, and even kids can get together in a lovely cafe environment and experience the hottest trend in coffee industry called coffee cupping. Well, before we get into the art of coffee cupping, maybe you've experienced going into one of your fine gourmet stores, restaurants, or cafes and looked at these coffee names. This one is called Sumatra. Now, how would you know if you like this or not? You could read the back and it might say the type of roast, the boldness, the acidity, words like the brightness, the lightness, or fairness. What would this mean to you? So I thought it might be really interesting to take the proper protocol of coffee cupping and use it as a social experience similar to wine tasting, but of course without the alcohol. You know, coffee offers its own energizing effects and stimulation and is very tasty at the same time. So we begin coffee cupping by heating the water to approximately 200 degrees. You can use one of these electric pots or any method that you may have at home. The coffee is then ground to a coarse grind. We then take a level scoop and put it into our French press, and we use about 1 tablespoon for 4 ounces of coffee. We then set a little timer for 3 to 4 minutes as it brews. It's a method of infusion opposing to an electric coffee pot or a drip. We use this simple, lovely item called a French press. So this coffee has brewed for approximately 4 minutes, and then we take this and we plunge. This will infuse the coffee with the water and give you a lively, fresh, wonderful tasting brew. We then take our coffee and we pour it into our coffee tasting cups, and we begin the coffee cupping experience. We use our 5 senses for this. We visualize the brightness and color of the coffee, and then we use the nose to sniff, and then we take a sip without burning our palates. We use our palate to taste and swish, and then we have the experience of the coffee. That particular coffee is one of my favorites. That's why I chose to taste it and cup it for you tonight. And it's freshly packaged from the country of Honduras. And this is available at Neighborhood Coffee. The next coffee that I would like to press will be from Sumatra. Again, the coffee has been infused with the water, and that takes 3 to 4 minutes, and then we simply put it down and we plunge. We generally taste 3 to 4 coffees every Tuesday night at the neighborhood. Our conversations generally last an hour to an hour and a half. Everyone gets to taste and experience these coffees. And again, we take a look at the blend for the color. This is very rich and dark in color. And then we taste. This is delicious. This has a little bit more acidity to it, and it has a different quality but it's one of the favorites here. Again, I said it is Sumatra. And then one of the experience involved with coffee cupping, we may take a little paper test and we may rate its aroma, its blendness, its acidity, its freshness, its color, its viscosity, and whether or not we like it. So that's something that's involved with coffee cupping as well. As you know, coffee begins with these little green peas, actually. And they come like this before they're roasted. When you see them in the store, they're actually all chocolatey and brown. But they're actually a seed. And this is one variety. Another variety is a larger bean or pea. Again, it's actually a seed from a cherry that's grown in a coffee tree. We use only Arabica coffee, and of course they're all certified organic and fresh and under the fair trade laws throughout the world. We serve at Neighborhood Coffee about 20 blends that are available for purchase or tasting. Well, I'd like to invite you all to Coffee Cupping at the Neighborhood. This takes place every Tuesday night. The address is 6020 North Federal Highway, a quarter-mile north of Yamato in Boca Raton, Florida. The zip is 33487. If you would like to find out more about our coffee cupping group, you can check me out at meetup.com. Put in 33487, your email address, which is private, and you can see a history and anthology of the last 7 months of coffee cupping. We also have a website, which is www.neighborhoodcoffee.net. And if you'd like to shoot me an email, you can reach me through that as well. This is Abby Feldman. It was a pleasure meeting you tonight. Thanks. Bye.